All right, sorry for the late start. Having some battery issues here. Hopefully we're going to be okay. That first pitch is a ball there. So we actually, Fisher led off with a single. He beat out an infield single. This ball was popped up by Smith. Helms grounded out to third. 5-3 was that put out for the first out. And now here we are with Smith with 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on second base. That ball is hit, ground ball. Rounding third and coming in to score is Fisher. It's an RBI single for Smith. I'll get my act together here in a moment, I promise. So there's a pitch, ground ball. Fielded at third, throw over to first is in time for out number 2. Runner moves over to second. So with 2 outs, Ernie hits into a 5-3 for out number 2. Does move the runner over. Smith on second. Here comes Orr up to bat. First pitch to Orr, swung on, and this is punch, and nice grab at first by Cash Stuber. Let's see if we caught that replay. There's a hit, and then Cash, just leaping up and grabbing that. So MMB is the visiting team. They're able to plate 1. Coming up for the Fury in the bottom of the first inning, it's Dan-Dalin, Brandon Birch, and Cash Stuber coming up. Okay, here we are. Time to start the bottom of the first inning. Dan-Dalin is going to step up to the plate. Cameron walking up. He's going to shake the umpire's hand, as he always does. What a gentleman. I tell you, he was one smart mother. Here's the catcher. Shakes the catcher's hand. Cameron just likes having conversations with random people. No idea where he gets that from. Here's the pitch to Cameron. Swung on, first pitch, and that goes off the third baseman. And Cameron Dallin is going to be in there with a leadoff single. That ball was rocketed. I couldn't expect the third baseman to grab that. Alex Rodriguez would have shielded his face in fear of getting hurt. That brings up Brandon Birch. Cameron leading off. There's the throw back to first. Safe at first. This is Parisian pitching, number 34. That pitch is a ball, 1-0. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cameron, call time. Cameron's sitting here trying to tie his shoe quickly so he can steal while the pitch is going on. I don't know what world he's living in. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Brandon Birch. And Brandon rocks this one. That goes out into the outfield. It's going to allow Cameron, he's going to round second, and he's going to get into third easy. We got runners at first and third with no outs. That brings up Cash Stuber to the plate. Parisian turns, throws over to first. Safe at first. He faked the throw to third and then turned to try to get Birch snoozing. So pay attention over here. I like this MMB team. They got good hitting, solid fielding so far, nice defense. There goes Birch. That pitch is a strike. Birch stays at second. Runners at second and third now. Here's a pitch to Cash, fouled off, strike 2, and that took the mask right off the umpire. So the MMB catcher, Ernie, he's going to walk that ball out to the mound, give the umpire a moment to collect his thoughts, find his mask. And now with a 1-1 count, go back to Cash Stuber. Pitch to Cash. That one's low, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third, no outs, bottom of the first inning. MMB scored 1 run in the top of the first. Fury threatening. Cash Stuber sends this one out. That is high. It is far. Oh, that center fielder is going to keep running after that one. Where is he? All the way out there. Ball hits the cutoff. Stuber, he's rounding third. Is there going to be a play at the plate? And no, it's a home run for Cash Stuber. A 3-run home run for Cash Stuber. I don't know. Oh, he's saying that went into the ditch, and so it should have been a ground rules double. And the coach for MMB is making a call about that. He instructed his pitcher to step off. Well, the coach is not able to get in touch with anybody, so we're just going to have to play baseball. I hold. I claim no responsibility. Just subscribe. Subscribe and hit the like button. So that brings up Carson Race. I don't even know what happened. Oh, that ditch is a mile out there, though. If we were playing the other field, I think that ball might have made it over the fence. No, gotcha. All right, so I'm not sure what the count is here. 2 balls and 1 strike on Carson Race. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Parisian. Race, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Carson Race. Parisian gets set. He deals. And that is call strike 3. Race down looking, and that's out number 1. So that'll bring up number 7, Dylan Vecchio. First pitch to Dylan is a ball. Here's the 1-0 from Parisian. Whoa, Dylan backs out of the way. A little chin music. Certainly not intentional. Parizan? Are you sure? No, I'm just kidding. Parizan. Parisian is like Parmesan. You know, he's just got a lot of flavor. So Parizan on the mound. Here's a pitch. Oh, Divek. Swing and a miss. Looking foolish on that one. 2 balls and 1 strike on Divek. Here's a pitch from Parizan. Divek pops this one up. And that is, oh, right at the fence line. Strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out for Dylan Vecchio and the Fury. Parizan gets set on the mound. Has his sign, and he deals. High, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brody Parizan deals. And that ball is popped up. That's going to go back, and it is out of play. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again. Here's the payoff pitch from Parizan. Ooh, must have been outside. Ball one. I mean, walk. That's ball 4. So Divek reaches first on a walk, and with 1 out, 3 runs in, and a runner on first. Here's Keegan Ewald. That first pitch misses, ball 1. Ball gets away. Divek not ready to run. Comes back to first base. Perizan looks in, deals home. Ball 2. There's the pitch. Swung on. Ground ball. Chopper down to third base line. Fielded at third. Throw over to first is not in time. Safe. Brendan. I mean, no, who's this? It's Keegan Ewald. So Keegan legging out an infield single. We got runners at first and second with 1 out for Anthony Farrell. I pitch low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Anthony. The 1-1 pitch. Anthony watches it go by outside. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike on Anthony Farrell. Here's the pitch from Perizan. That gets by. That's ball 3, and that's going to allow both runners to advance. Runners at second and third now for Anthony Farrell with 3 balls and 1 strike. The proverbial hitter's count. Here's the 3-1 to Anthony. That one bounces, gets away, ball 4. And that's going to allow a run to come in. Runners at the corners. So Divek scores. Ewald at third. Anthony at first with a walk. That brings up Lucas Resigno. There's the pitch. Anthony's off. And that ball gets thrown into the outfield. And that's going to be another run. It is now 5-1. Sorry, I didn't have MMB's run up there. I apologize. Their leadoff hitter, Fisher, got a single, ended up coming around to score. So we're going to have a meeting on the mound. Coach having a conversation with Perizan. So trying to get him to settle down. He's a good pitcher, and he was pitching great before. He's just given up 2 walks and a long ball. But you don't give up hits unless you're throwing strikes, and that's exactly what we need Perizan to do right now is throw some strikes. So 1 out and a runner on second. We turn our attention back to Lucas Resigno at the plate. Parizan gets set, and he deals. Low 1-0 to Lucas. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low and inside, 2-0. Two 0 pitch, high, 3-0 on Lucas for Signo. Here's the 3-0 from Parizan. Call, strike one. Lucas thought it was a ball. It was a slow strike call by the umpire. Lucas had already tossed his bat. 3-1 now. Parizan sets and deals, and that's a high one, ball four. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Gavin Gwynn. So runners at first and second. Here's Gavin, 2 guns, Gwynn. First pitch low and in the dirt for a ball. Throw down to third, and he is safe at third. Parizan back with the ball on the mound. Runners at second and third now. 1-0 for Gavin Gwynn. Gavin pops this one up. That goes out of play. Strike one. Lands on the other field. There's no game over there. Kind of wish we were playing on that field instead. They have electricity. Parizan deals. Swing and a miss. Strike two on Gavin Gwynn. Here's the pitch to Gavin. Outside, 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Gavin. Call, strike three. We all thought it. We were just waiting for the umpire to say it. A little slow on that call. Well, he did get hit in there, didn't he? So with 2 outs, runners at second and third, here's Colton Winslow. First pitch, outside, ball one. Here's the 1-0 from Parizan to Winslow. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Winslow's the 10th batter of the inning. Oh, and he hits him. So Colton is hit by a pitch. Bases are loaded. That brings up Dan-Dalin again. Dalin had an infield single, rocketed the ball off the third baseman. Parizan sets and deals. Cameron lets that go by. That's a ball. Everybody's going to move up a base. It is now 6-1 in favor of the Fury. Colton on second, Lucas on third. Anthony just crossed the plate. Here's the pitch to Cameron, swing and a miss, strike one. Cameron a little late on that. Normally he's incredibly early. That's why he hit the ball down the third base line before. He's trying to sit on it, I think. Here's the pitch to Dalin. That one's high, ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike on Dalin. Here's the 2-1 from Perizan. Low, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to Cameron Dalin. 2 outs for the Fury, runners at second and third. 6-1 lead here in the bottom of the first. Here's the payoff pitch, and Dalin works a walk. And the bases are loaded for Brandon Birch. Brandon hit a single his last at-bat. There's the pitch. That one high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Brody Perizan to Brandon Birch. That's in there. Call, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Birch. Here's the 1-1 from Perizan. That one's high. Ball 2, 2-1. Cash Stuber on deck. Here's the 2-1. Another high one, 3-1. Maybe he was outside. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Perizan. And ball 4, he walks in a run. So with a 7-0 lead and the bases loaded with 2 outs, up next is Cash Stuber. Stuber's the one that hit that ball as a home run or into the ditch, ground rule double, whatever the case may be. Coach is coming in with a new glove for Perizan. So Perizan comes out. Looks like he's going to play shortstop or second base. And coming into pitch is Helms. So while Helms warms up, let's talk about my sponsors. Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, adjacent to Dollar General. That's between the post office and the library. They can put anything on anything. That's where I get my stickers, hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, pullovers, golf shirts, polos, you name it. They can do it. They even have a 3D printer that they share space with. They have over 20 local vendors that rent shelf space from them. So if you want something, check out Two Broke Moms on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, New York. Power Play Sports, located off of exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown. For all of your hockey equipment needs, they are a fully stocked CCM and Bauer Pro Shop. They've got an indoor sheet of synthetic ice and an indoor sheet of real ice all year round, along with an area to exercise, work out, lift. They do one-on-one trainings. They do group skills development. They have leagues, 3-on-3. Check them out, Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81. And that's all we're going to have time for, as Helms is ready to pitch. In steps Cash Stuber. First pitch to Cash. He hits a ground ball to shortstop. And, hey, where is he? There he is. Perizan's going to take that himself to get out number 3. So Stuber grounds out 6 unassisted for out number 3, but damage has been done. The Fury has picked up 7 runs in the bottom of the first inning. After 1 inning of play, Fulton Fury leads by a score of 7-1. Coming up in the top of the second, Brody Perizan to lead things off, followed by Halas and Palumbo. Oops. All right. Looks like Anthony Farrell back on the mound. Brody Perizan. First pitch called, strike 1. There's the 0-1 from Anthony. Swung on, ground ball to Lucas at second. Throw over to first is not in time. Safe at first base. Brody legging that one out for an infield single. That'll bring up Halas to the plate. Back-to-back lefties. Look at them stacking the lineup. There's the pitch. Misses outside. Ball 1. Got Divek behind the plate. Runners going. Pitch is low. Throw down to second. It is not made. Pitch is a ball. 2-0 for Halas. And a stolen base for Brody Perizan. That ball bounces. 3-0 for Halas. Three balls and no strikes on Halas. And that's a 4-pitch walk. That'll bring up Palumbo to the plate. Runners at first and second and no outs. Anthony Farrell having a little bit of trouble finding that strike zone this inning. No throw made. Farrell with the pitch. Low, ball 1. To Palumbo. 1-0. Palumbo. Swing, ground ball, chopper to short. On to second for 1. Over to first. Oh, it's thrown over Cash's head, which has got to be far. And that's going to allow Perizan to come in to score. So 6-4 goes that put out for out number 1. Palumbo reaches on a fielder's choice. And Perizan comes in to score. Runner on first. That ball is fouled off by Barcombe. Strike one. A pitch up and in. Ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Barcombe. Palumbo takes his lead. Pitch inside. Barcombe twists out of the way. Although if you get hit, it's like getting a hit. 2 balls and 1 strike. And that ball is ripped into left field. Picked up out there. That's just going to be a single, station to station. But Barcombe ripped that ball out into left field. So runners at first and second now for the top of the order. Here's Fisher. Fisher got a single, came around to score the first run for the MMB, which, I don't know, sounds like they're the M&M Bandits. Is that? Who's Matthew McCarthy? Oh, called it a balk. Runners advance. Second and third now. I kind of like the M&M Bandits better than Michael McCarthy. Matthewson McCarthy, okay. So runners at second and third now, 1-0 for Fisher. Fisher punches this one. This comes out into right field. Picked up by Colton. He throws it to first. All right, this is not the normal camera setup that I have. I am not doing well with it. Not yet, anyway. So it's an RBI single for Fisher. As Palumbo comes in to score, Barcombe goes to third. Time is called as Devek gives out the signs to the infield. 7-3. I think this is Jordan Helms. First pitch in there, call, strike one. The 0-1 to Helms, up and inside, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fisher apparently was given the steal sign, but did not go. He's going to go now. There he goes. There's a pitch, up and in, throw down to second, and not in time. Runners at second and third now. So that's a stolen base for Fisher. And 2-1, now 2-2 on Jordan Helms. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, runners at second and third, 2 runs in so far in the top of the second inning. That pitch low and outside, 3-2. And that's ball 4. Bases are loaded for Smith. Smith got a single. His last plate appearance was left stranded at second. Evan Smith. Look at that. The things you learn by listening. That pitch in there. Call. Strike one. Here's the 0-1. That one gets away. That's a ball. And there is no play at home. Everybody advances 1 base. Runners at second and third now. 7-4 ball game. So it's now a 7-4 ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike on Evan Smith. Evan hits this ground ball to the pitcher. Throw to Cash is in time for the out. And it's up! And oh! Ball gets knocked out of Devek's hand. Run scores. So Fisher scores. Evans out on a 1-3 for out number 2. And there's a runner at third now. And it's 7-5. And Ernie gives that one a ride. Cameron Dallin looking for it, makes the grab for out number 3. So here is that hit by Ernie. He rocked that one. It went up and it went far. Cameron Dallin backpedaled and reached over his head to bring that one in to end the inning. But MMB picks up 4 runs, and after 1.5 innings, the Fulton Fury still lead by a score of 7-5. Coming up in the bottom of the second for the Fury, it's Carson Race, Dylan Vecchio, and Keegan Ewald. All right. Problems continue with my battery power. That is 2-0 to Carson. One bounces, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes to Carson Race. And that's ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk for the Fury. That'll bring up the catcher, Dylan Vecchio. First pitch in there, call, strike 1. D-Vec was going to be taking all the way after seeing 4 straight balls pitched. No look over at Carson. Oh, there's a little peek over the shoulder. And that is ripped into left field by Divek. That gets by the left fielder. Race is coming into third. Carson is going to hold up there, and it is a double for Dylan Vecchio. So runners at second and third. Here's Keegan Ewald. Keegan got a single his first plate appearance. There's the pitch. High, ball one. There are no outs here in the bottom of the second. One ball and no strikes to Brandon. Brandon rocks this one, and that's going to get through into center field. One run scores. Here comes the second, and he is out. Birch goes in to second. He gets an RBI single. And there is one out. Divek, not as fast as he thought. So it was 8-2 for out number one. That'll bring up Anthony Farrell with a runner on second, one run in, and one out. First pitch, that goes to second. Throw over to first is in time. Anthony moves the runner over. Well, now there's two outs with a runner at third. That brings up Lucas Resigno to the plate. Lucas reached on a walk last inning, came around to score. That's in there. Call strike one. That pitch low and in the dirt. 1-1 for Lucas. Here's the one ball, one strike pitch. Lucas, big swing and a miss. Strike two. One ball and two strikes. Helms gets set on the mound. Looks in, gets his sign. Deals. High, 2-2 now. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Brandon Birch on third. One run in. Bottom of the second inning. Fury with an 8-5 lead over MMB. There's the pitch, and Lucas chops this one, and that gets through. Lucas with an RBI single. So two outs and a runner on first. That brings up Gavin Gwynn. Gavin went down looking in the first inning. And I think Lucas must be going in to catch next because Divek was catching. And now Lucas is coming in because he's the catcher. So Anthony Farrell comes in to run for him. Anthony lead off first. Pitch, and that is down foul. It's over there somewhere. Foul and out of play. Strike one on Gavin Gwynn. Helms sets and deals. Anthony is off for second. And throw down to second is way behind Anthony. Stolen base. That was a called strike. So here's the 0-2 pitch to Gavin. The runner on second now, and 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll do it for the Fury as Gwynn goes down on strikes for the second time. But they pick up 2 more runs, and after 2 innings of play, they lead by a score of 9-5. Coming up in the top of the 3rd inning for MMB, it is their 5, 6, 7 batters, or Perizan and Halas. Our first pitch is a ball from Anthony. That's another ball from Anthony. This is or hit that line drive to Cash at first. Sends this one out into center field. Cameron Dallin in there makes the catch for out number 1. That's my boy. So with 1 out, that brings up Brody Perizan to the plate. Yeah, if he jumps that ditch and still catches the ball, is it an out? I mean, first pitch is a ball. Here's the 1-0 to Perizan. Swung on, ground ball to short, fielded at short, throw over to first. Is not in time, safe at first base. One of those close bang plays. And as you watch, Anthony sends that pitch. Perizan hits it to Chopper, and he is off right out of the box. Double clutch made out there at shortstop, and it's that extra little clutch that allowed Perizan to make it. Perizan off on the pitch, throw down. Oh, almost in time. So close. Stolen base for Brody Perizan with 1 out. I have no idea what the count is. Maybe it's 1-0. That one's low and in the dirt. Could be 2-0 from Anthony Farrell. So there is 1 out. Runner at second. Farrell deals home, and that's foul. So it's at least 1 strike. 3. That ball is popped up, third base side, and out of reach. Brendan, I'm sorry, not Brendan. That is Keegan Ewald over there, not able to get to it. Really difficult to make that play in foul territory. When it goes that high and it's in the infield like that, that ball's got so much spin on it. Breaks in all sorts of directions. So we turn our attention back to Palumbo at the plate. 0-1. And it's a pickle! Perizan is safe at third. They got to get that ball over to the third baseman quicker. That's 2 failed pickles for the Fury. So Blake Palumbo, 0-1, and it's 0-2 now on Blake. 2 outs, 2 strikes, no balls, runner on third. Farrell deals, that's low, ball 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Blake Palumbo. Swung on, and that is hit to shortstop. Throw from short over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. So the Furies able to hold MMB off, even though they threatened it dearly. A couple of long hit balls, strand a runner at third after 2.5 innings. It is still a 9-5 lead for the Fury. Coming up in the bottom of the third, it's Colton Winslow, Cameron Dallin, and Brandon Birch coming up. All right. Here's Colton Winslow up to bat. First pitch from Helms in there, called strike 1. Here's the 0-1 to Colton. High, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's another game on the varsity field. That's why we couldn't move over there. There's the pitch, the 1-1, and Colton fouls that one off on the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Winslow. Here's the pitch from Helms. Low and inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Helms. Low, 3-2. 2-2 now? 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch from Helms. Low and inside, ball 4, and Colton has a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Cameron Dalin. Dallin's got a single and a walk. Keep an eye on Winslow at first base, as does Helms. Pitches home. Cameron looks. That's a ball. Ball gets away from the catcher, going all the way over to the fence. Winslow thinks about going to third, but does not. There's no way that he would have made it. So that ball bounced off of the ground and then hit the catcher in the head. So as a courtesy, the umpire is going to walk the ball out to the pitcher. It's the unsaid rule of the brethren of those behind the dish. You get beat up a lot back there. They look out for each other, give breaks when they can. So 1 ball and no strikes on Cameron Dalin. Winslow at second. Helms looks at him, deals. Another low one, 2-0 on Dalin. Jordan Helms deals high, 3-0. Cameron is going to put this bat in his back pocket. Here's the 3-0 pitch. In there, calls, strike 1. So the proverbial hitter's count. Here's the 3-1. Cameron's going to pick a spot. And, oh, strike 2. Cameron thought it was inside. Must have broke back over the plate. Full count now. Here's the payoff pitch to Cameron Dalin. Helm sets, deals, and Cameron, a little blooper. That's going to drop, and it's trouble. Cameron's got a single, and it's runners at the corners, which gives Cameron Dalin the opportunity for a steal. Cameron and talking trash over at first base as to why he didn't hit the first one. So that brings up Brendan Birch. He got a single, stolen base, came around to score, and he walked. Keep an eye on Cameron. Should be going on the first pitch. Jordan steps off the pitcher's plate. Cameron doesn't even go all the way back. Cameron goes. There's the pitch. And it gets away from the catcher. That's going to allow a run to score. And Cameron Dalin goes all the way to third. It is now a 10-5 ball game for the Fury. So Brandon Birch with no outs and a runner at third now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on. That is hit to short. Shortstop feels it, throws over to first in time. Cameron comes in to score. That's an RBI for Brandon Birch and a 6-3 putout for the MMB. So with 1 out, that brings up Cash Stuber to the plate. Stuber's got a home run, and he grounded out to short. Into a fielder's choice, I should say. First pitch skips in there, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 to Stuber. Another low one, 2-0. Nice job of framing that pitch, but he caught it low, brought it up. Where was it when it crossed the front of the plate? Apparently too low. Inquiring minds want to know. Here's the pitch to Stuber. Oh, that was a 50-footer, 3-0. He tried gripping that one extra hard. He wanted to put spin on it. Sometimes when you do that, you put pressure on the wrong finger, and that ball just dives right down. What that tells you is Helms is a pitcher. He knows what he's doing. Just doesn't always work out for us. There's a nice one, 3-1. Stuber never thinking about swinging. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Jordan Helms takes his walk around the mound, gets ready. He deals the 3-1 pitch to Stuber. That's ball 4. Cash takes his base. That brings up Carson Race to the plate. Carson went down looking in his first plate appearance, walked and came around to score in his second. So he is 0-1. And the M&M Bandits coach is coming out to talk with his pitcher. It's an 11-5 ball game. And I have about 20 minutes of battery left. My batteries that I try to use to give me power in the field here are not cooperating with me. I think they've overheated. I may have to invest in one of those quiet generators. I don't know. So that's all monies that I collect from people that watch, and my sponsors all goes towards upgrading this equipment. There's Stuber, little secondary. And there's that chopper that gets into the outfield. Carson Race has got himself a single. Runners at first and second now with 1 out here in the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Devek. Dylan has a walk, a run scored, a double, and then he got thrown out trying to score. That first pitch in there, a strike from Jordan Helms. There's the 0-1 from Jordan, and that is ripped out into center field. Picked up by the center fielder. Throw in. Is there going to be a play at the plate? And there is, and he is out. So Devek gets a single. And Stuber gets thrown out at home. That first pitch is a ball. That was 8-1-2 for out number 2. That's ball 2 to Keegan Ewald. Keegan's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. That throw down to second produces nothing. There's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Keegan. That pitch is low and in the dirt. 3-1 to Keegan. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. 3 balls, 1 strike. That one's fouled off. 3-2. So here's the payoff pitch with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. The runners will be going on the pitch. There it is, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So bases are loaded for Anthony Farrell. Anthony's got a walk, a run scored, and he grounded out to second. First pitch to Anthony's high, ball 1. A 1-0, even higher, 2-0. Jordan Helms on the mound, putting in the time. I mean, this kid is working hard out there. 2 balls and no strikes to Anthony Farrell. Umpire calls time because he forgot where home plate was. He's going to try looking for it. He's got his archaeologist brush out. He's discovered the edges. In his one pocket, he's got 2 baseballs. In his other ones, it's just filled with sand so that he could try to... Whoa, there! Farrell hits this one. It's deep center field. It's over the center fielder's head. It is not in the ditch. He has it. He throws his ball in. It is up. Oh, it home. Wow. Let's take a look at that. Farrell gets a double and 2 RBIs. Oh, did I not hit save in time? Let's check that out one more time. Comes down on, so close. Gonna have to believe the umpire. He was right there. So anyway, Carson scores, Devek scores, and Keegan Ewald is thrown out. Again, 8-1-2 for out number 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 run score. And the Fury lead by a score of 13-5 after 3 innings of play. Coming up in the top of the 4th for the MMB, it's the number 9 hitter, Barcombe, and then top of the lineup, Fisher, Helms, and Smith. All right, it is time for baseball. That's a strike on Barcombe. You heard that. My audio cut out. That was my battery failing. Throw over to first. Gets sailed, and that gets thrown right out of play. So he gets 1 base on the overthrow. So Barcombe reaches on an E5. Cash is the tallest kid on the team, and there was no way he was getting to that ball. And I do not have a replay of that. Sorry. That brings up Adam Fisher to the plate with a runner at second. That pitch must have missed outside, ball 1. Throw back to second. not in time. That pitch misses. Ball 2. 2-0 on Adam Fisher. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Adam. Barcombe off on second. Swung on. That is popped up. Stuber calling for it and makes the catch for out number 1. So now with 1 out, here comes Jordan Helms, the current pitcher. He grounded out to third and walked and was left stranded at third. Here's the first pitch from Farrell. That's inside, ball 1. Helms. Throw back to second. Nothing doing. The 1-0 to Jordan is fouled off. Strike 1. One ball and 1 strike from number 2 to number 2. Farrell sets and deals. Swung on, chopper, foul, third base side, stuck in the grass. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Barcombe back to second. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Farrell. Left fielder not going to get there. He grabs that ball. He's going to hustle that into third. No play. Ball gets away. Why was that ball thrown to third? That was ridiculous. Backing it up, though, Divek. Jordan gets his way all the way to third. A run scores. That was some of the ugliest fielding I have seen the Fulton Fury pull off in a long time. So Helms gets a double on that, takes third on the throw home, and it is now 13-6 in favor of the Fury. They keep playing like that, and they're not going to keep that lead. Here's Evan Smith at bat with 1 out and a runner at third. First pitch to Evan, swung on, popped up, and that's out of play. Evan grounded out and singled. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the 0-1. High, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Farrell deals. That swung on and popped up, and that's going to go back and out of play over the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to Evan Smith. Farrell looking for another strike. Swung on, and this is popped up. Foul territory, third base side. And nobody's going to get to that. So we'll do the 1-2 pitch again from Anthony. I think that's Carson out in left field, isn't it? It is. That pitch misses. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch is popped up and fouled out of play. Dan-Dalin on the run. He's not going to get to it either. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner on third. Top of the 4th inning. Fury lead by a score of 13-6. Here's the pitch from Farrell. High, ball 3, 3-2. Anthony gets set and deals. Swung on, lifted up. Big play on that one. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again. Three balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, runner on third. Anthony deals. High, ball 4. Runners are at the corners. That'll bring up Ernie. Boy, I wish his first name was Bert. Zach? Not even close. Where's the sense of humor? So Coach King coming out to have a conversation with his hurler from right field. Yeah, pitch from there. Yeah, yes you can. So conversation between Coach Larry and the entire infield, just getting them all to settle down. Anthony's a great strike thrower. So to see him having this much difficulty getting strikes or throwing this many balls is just not normal. Some of it's the heat. He played earlier today. Who knows what he did in between games? It was a long break. So Zach Ernie at the plate. First pitch swinging. It's a ground ball. That gets through. That's going to score a run. It's an RBI single for Zach Ernie. That brings up Orr. Jamison Orr. Hence the JMO. Jamison lined out to first, and he popped out to center. Both times, really hard hit balls. He's got runners at first and second, and 1 out now. First pitch is in there, calls, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 from Farrell. That's low and outside for a ball. That's going to allow everybody to move up a base. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jamison Orr. 2 runners in scoring position. A single scores 2 now. And there's a chopper down the third base side. That goes foul. Clearly, the third base coach for the M&M Bandits is not as good on his hands as the coach for the Fulton Fury. Coach Larry caught a ball just like that not that long ago. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jamison Orr. This has popped up. If I only had a glove and I wasn't tethered to this computer. We'll do the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch again. Harold deals. That one's low, ball 2. Nice block by Lucas. Used his whole body to drop down. Shut down that 5-hole. Here's the 2-2 from Farrell. Swung on. Little short blooper. And that is caught by Brandon Burke. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. So with 2 outs, that brings up Brody Parison. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run scored and a stolen base. Here's the first pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Brody launches this one, right field. Oh, it gets by Gwynn. Dallin's not going to get to it. And it's a 2 RBI double for Parison. It is now 13-9 in favor of the Fury. That'll bring up Halas. He's walked and struck out. Here he is with 2 outs and a runner at second. First pitch is a strike. That pitch is a ball. It's Ashton Halas. It misses outside, ball 2. 2-1 to Ashton. Which is high, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to Halas. Anthony Farrell needs to throw a strike here, and Halas knows it. Where's that strike going to be? Here's a throw back to second. Nothing doing. Here's the 3-1 to Ashton. That's in there. Strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second for number 2, Anthony Farrell. Farrell sets and deals, and that ball is launched into center field. Cameron Dallin turns, he's back, and makes the grab for out number 3. So the Fury finally end that inning, but the MMB pick up 4 runs. And after 3.5, the Fury lead by a score of 13-9. Coming up in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Fury. It's going to be Lucas, Gavin, and Colton. My battery saver warning has come on. Not much time left before right, here is Lucas Resigno. First pitch to Lucas, hits this one. Ground ball to second, scooped up, throw to first is in time for out number one. Next up, Gavin Gwynn. Gavin's gone down looking and gone down swinging. Time for Gavin to get a hit. Here's the pitch. Gavin watches strike one. Helms deals, and Gavin gets a piece of this one. Little blooper over to third, picked up, and it's bobble. And Gavin reaches. We're going to give him a single because, boy, I want to give him a hit. It was a tough play by the third baseman. So with one out and a runner on first, that brings up Colton Winslow to the plate. So let's keep an eye on Gavin here at first. Helms glances over the shoulder, deals home, bounces, ball one to Colton. Here's the 1-0 to Colton. High 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Winslow. Helms gets set. Deals. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Winslow. Two-0 pitch. High 3-1. Sorry, it was a 2-1 pitch. 2-1. Now it's 3-1. Here's the 3-1. Runners off, ball 4. Runners at first and second. So Colton has reached all 3 plate appearances, 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch. That'll bring up Cameron Dalin. Cameron's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, a walk, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. He's also had a few great catches out in center field. All of that courtesy of his mother, because none of that is my athletic ability. So runners at first and second for Cameron Dalin. 1 out. That one bounces, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Cameron. It bounces 2-0. 2 balls and no strike. Helms looks in to get his sign. Checks the runner at second. Deals home. Cameron rips this one down the left field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's a fair ball. Cameron rounds first. He's going to go into second. 1 run scores, and they better hold him there. No more testing of these arms of the relay throwers. So runners at second and third, and it's an RBI for Cameron Dalin. So runners at second and third for Brandon Birch, and 1 out. Birch has single, stolen a base, scored, walked, and grounded out. First pitch to Brandon. Foul. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike for Brandon Birch. Helms gets set, deals. Whoa, that one's high. Ball 1. Throw back to third, not in time. Great job by Winslow getting back in time. Not enough pressure on that middle finger. Here's the 1-1 from Jordan Helms. That one's low, 2-1. I announced for the Watertown Rapids. They're a collegiate wooden bat league. And one of the visiting players, he was squeezing that ball. That pitch is fouled off out of play so hard. His finger was bright red. I could see it from like 150 feet away. It was unbelievable the amount of pressure he was putting on that. Incredible break. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Brandon Birch. And that one just misses outside, 3-2. There's the 3-2 to Brandon. Swung on. This is popped up. It is high. Could be trouble. Who's going to call for it? And it's dropped. It's dropped. Throw home. Go. Sails high. That's going to allow Birch to go to second and Dalin go to third. Wow. Run scores. I was listening. I didn't hear anybody call for that. Brandon Birch ends up on second with that E6. Colton Winslow scores. And here comes Cash Stuber with runners on second and third and 1 out. 2 runs in. 15-9. Fulton lead. There's the pitch to Cash. That's in there. Strike 1. Boy, Cash would love to see that pitch again. 0-1 to Stuber's low. Ball 1. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at second and third. Pitch to Stuber. Swung on, and this is popped up. This is going to be in foul territory, and nobody's going to be able to get to that. I probably had the best chance. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out for Cash Stuber. Here's the pitch. A low ball 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here at the JV field at Grace Athena Junior Senior High School. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Stuber, little chopper to third, fielded by the third shortstop. They're going to go home. Cameron Dallin's caught in a pickle. There he goes, throws back to home. Dalin running back to third. Now the third baseman's got it. Out, he missed him. Oh, the umpire called him out. 2 outs. Oh, Cameron. I have no idea how that play proceeded, but it's out number 2. So runners at first and second now with 2 outs. And here's Carson Race. Carson struck out, walked, singled, scored twice. Here he is at runners at first and second. First pitch is high, ball 1. Or maybe inside, I don't know. Here's the 1-0 from Jordan Helms. Carson hits this one down the third base line. Coach Larry not able to get that one. 1-1. That pitch misses. 2-1. 2-1 to race. High. 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Helms deals. And it's ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Dylan Vecchio. D-Vex got a single, a double, and a walk. See if he can pick up a triple or a home run to make himself a little bit closer to getting for the cycle. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. 1-0. Misses, ball 2. 2-0. Jordan gets his sign. Deals. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. With 2 outs and a bases loaded. Low, 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Hitters count. Misses, ball 4. And it's an RBI walk for Dylan Vecchio. So 3 runs are in so far this inning. That brings up Keegan Ewald. Keegan's got 2 singles, a walk, and 2 runs scored. So now there's a concern about time. So here's a concern, the conversation about these games are timed. Do we pull the pitcher or just let him suffer out there? And we're going to change him. So Jordan Helms is done for the day. Coming in to pitch is number 24, Evan Smith. So Evan Smith warms up. Yeah, so I think these games are an hour 45. We've been playing for like an hour 46. Right. And it's not going to even just prevent injury of a player, right? I mean, these are kids. Yeah, and that's the ball game. We're not going to start another inning. This one ends in a 16-9 victory for the Fulton Fury. This game called on account of time. So it is 16-9 is the final score after I don't know, 4 innings of play, we'll say. So from the Greece Athena Junior Senior High School, this facility is amazing. I'm so glad I don't pay taxes here. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day, everyone.